This is 93.3 CFMU, and we have open mic today with Cam and Harrison. So today we're going to be talking about the album Cyan Blue by Charlotte Day Wilson, who is a Toronto-based artist, and this album was released on May 3rd, so not too long ago, actually, 10 days ago. This album is sort of R&B, soul. That's kind of the main theme of the album. I found it to be a more soft and calm album, not too much rock or anything like that. So Charlotte Day Wilson describes this album as creative openness tinged with wistfulness and yearning, a reflection on youthful innocence. So a big theme that she talks about is her childhood and just being a kid. And I thought this album kind of touched on lots of different topics, particularly relationships as well. So we start off with the song My Way, which I found to be a bit confusing. I wasn't too sure what she was trying to get at in this song, because it felt like she was going back and forth, starting off with saying that she wants to be sort of free from the relationship that she's in, but then as the song goes on, she talks about how much her partner is sort of has an influence on her, and I guess I wasn't too sure. What do you guys think?
I think that's the way it is. It's like you want her, but you don't want her at the same time. That like exotic, like she goes here, like living in the clouds that never rain. You still want it your way. When I'm with her, I feel no pain. So like she obviously like wants the person that she knows is not good for her in like any way, which I feel like is kind of a very like emotion that a lot of people, it's very hard to convey, which is probably why it was so confusing for you, because like it's very hard to say that like I don't want you, but like when I hit the liquor it hits my tongue, like I want you, you know. It's like it's sober you versus drunk you. Like I guess drunk, like not to shout out Beyonce, but like drunk in love, an example would be that way. Like she's not really like drunk, but she is literally drunk is the way I take it, so she wants her. But you know, sober her knows that like that person is still very bad for her, and she's not going to be good for you whatsoever. But when she's in this different mindset, she sees everything that was so good about it. That's why she yearns for her, and she can't have it that way, which is why I think I want it my way, where I get both of these worlds colliding to create one unison, and we can't get that, which is why she like struggles and hates all of it. So very good song though.
Yeah, it was the same for me in terms of like a little bit like I couldn't tell. It was a little bit confusing. All I remember, like I have my notes here, and I have like only like 2 verses written down, which is I'm not awake till she's in front of me. When I'm with her, I feel no pain. So those 2 verses make me feel like, oh, maybe she's really in love with the partner. But also at the same time, it's just it's the 2 conflicting emotions, as in like I love her, but also I shouldn't
love her. Yeah, shouldn't I feel like is a good word here to describe the song.
Yeah. So I'm like I guess I kind of know what she's talking about. It's like a bad case of loving someone that you're just so attracted to.
It's like those book talk, like those weird tropes.
Yeah. But yeah, like this entire lyrics in the song itself, I was going through it and I was like, she really is going through it, huh?
Yeah.
Like angel and the devil fighting each other kind of thing in the brain. So
yeah, I would totally agree. But I also think the song itself is also a very big oxymoron, the way it portrays itself. Like, I guess you can't, like, I guess the way the beat is made and the way it's produced, like, it's very hard to tell. And it's very hard to mix in emotions. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, like, the song is very heavily carried by her voice and sound. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what makes it so good and very, like, contradictive, because, yes, you want this person, but you know you shouldn't be with this person. And you can't have like this medium ground in between that, and that's her coming to terms with her reality and acceptance, which is kind of painful and not fair to anybody.
Yeah. I once again, I was listening to this entire album for prepping for this week's episode, and Noor, as you said, I was a little bit confused with this one. But now, Cam, with your explanation,
yeah, like it's I guess you need to see like the brighter side, and she doesn't want to see the brighter side, which is why she drinks the liquor on her tongue. Shout out according to the lyrics.
Maybe a little bit of a concerning theme behind you, but yeah.
I guess for like this album in particular, I feel like a lot of the stuff, like I guess in some genres, I guess more metal, like rock is more literal, like with the lyricism, like you can take literal, but I feel like a lot of this is more figurative rather than literal. Like there's some instances where she like literally says the action she's doing, but a lot of the stuff she says is very figurative, like when she's like the rain on her. So you gotta like, to get like a good interpretation of like this song, I would have to say you would have to know how to separate it, the two figurative and literal lyrics, and learn to interpret and read between the lines to get like a good interpretation, which is why you think is so confusing, but I think it's very well done. And a lot of the focal point is her voice and like the vocal layering she has on. I think there's like some double harmonics, I believe is the word that's going on in the back when she sings later in the song, which why makes it a lot more powerful, which is why it's one of the very focal points of the song.
Yeah, it was definitely a very interesting way to open up the album. And then she follows it up with Money, which musically speaking, that was my favorite song on the album. It just the repetition that I listened to in the song. I'm really a fan of that kind of repeating sound, and it sounded so good in my ear. And in this song, she kind of talks about somebody getting what they want, and then she specifically says my money. So I wasn't really sure if she was talking about a relationship here, or if it was like a similar case with Ellis, where she's talking about some sort of a record label or something not related to a relationship. But what did you guys think about that?
So I'm gonna be honest with you here. I did not listen to that song, but as far I did, like, briefly, but I didn't expect the connection that you just mentioned with the Ellis's record label kind of thing here. But just for the brief impression of it, I feel like there was some sort of like a calling out people kind of thing in the background.
Oh yeah,
which she does do in this album.
Yeah, she does it quite a few times.
Yeah.
I don't know actual count, but she does do it a lot.
Well,
I feel like it might be for aesthetic purposes, but she could probably be shouting at like the guy in the background, just like the mixer, and he's just standing there. He's like, oh.
Well.
But it's hard to tell. Would you say this is your favorite song titled Money?
This song?
Yes. Just any Money song, any song that has the title Money. Would this be in your top 5?
Just any song that has a title of Money, and
just like when you're like relative to like the song, just straight up Money. Is this like top 5?
I don't know.
I don't.
Like out of all the songs, Money. What is the top 5? Because I know one that comes top of my head. But like, what do you guys
like? Songs titled Money
straight up just titled Money by any artist.
I don't personally recall like of any other songs that has Money as a title. I'm sure there has a lot, but I don't
was
recall.
Gonna say, like, I feel like Money is a very popular name for like a song.
I mean,
Money.
I bet. Like it like I can just, like, if I was an artist, I can just talk about, oh, I want to be rich, or kind of thing, and then I can make it into a title with Money. But I don't particularly remember listening to a song that has the title of Money. But
because like I feel like there's like a lot out there. I would say this is like top 15 for me.
Top 15?
Top 15, because like I feel like a good song about money doesn't have to relatively about money, but like it's still like there's key auto tones. Like money could just be like a very big metaphor, or
okay,
a lot of stuff you can do with the title Money. Like the first one that comes to me is like the 1975 song Money that was sampled by Travis Scott in like 2013. Shout out to Emma, she told me about that, which was crazy. I didn't know about that, but like I feel like that's the first comes to mind, you know, when you hear the song Money.
Money.
Like
The particular way that you say it. Money.
money
Money.
money you know.
Yeah. I don't know any other songs titled Money. I mean, I haven't listened to the 1975 one, so I'll have to get on that.
You should definitely 100%. No scam.
I did wanted to talk about this song in particular, which was Canopy. What our listeners probably have heard. I think you did play it today,
yes,
right?
I played Canopy and Money.
Okay, yeah. So for the Canopy one, I'm gonna say a part of the lyrics here, which was, quote, "You get what you give into. It's not the world versus you, but you can't be taught poor you syndrome. Always the victim." And all I will say is, honestly, it is indeed not the world versus you. So whoever is listening out there, like, I'm not gonna dive into like a greater detail of what my interpretation is, but being a quite literal, the very first ever feeling when I read this lyrics and listened to this song is that it's not about you. It's like you have all the hate, but it's not about you, and it's going to be okay, and just calm yourself down a little bit. That's what I wanted to say.
I don't know, man. Scott Pilgrim had it pretty rough. You know, to fight the seven deadly evil exes. I mean, that guy had it rough out there, so it was against him in the world.
It could be, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there are people who is, you know, not world versus them, which I'm pretty sure I'm confident that there will be some cases like that, but at least for me, like I know I'm not that important to this world. Like I'm just part of this very huge mechanism, and I'm just a small little guy, you know.
Small little butterfly.
Yeah, just try to live my life, a little bit of peace and happiness, and
flapping of the wings.
Yeah,
you know?
like it's not always about me. Things happen because there is a reason to happen. So
It's funny that you say peace, because this song was not
about
peace at
It
all.
is not. It is not. But
she was very much calling out.
Listen. All I'm saying is inner peace. You know, inner peace.
We can
like
all
Master
strive for
Shifu.
it, but
Yes, exactly.
Master
Inner
Chief,
peace.
inner peace.
Yeah. So.
yeah, I really liked the metaphor that she used in that song, like having that canopy that her potential partner is under with all the negativity, and then she's sort of above it. But then in the outro, she talks about getting under the canopy, and a specific line she says is, "When the light comes through, am I the same to you?"
When the light comes through.
Yeah, it's like the entire song, she's talking about how she's above the canopy, this canopy of negativity. And then in the end, in like the last few seconds, she says that she's under it, which, I mean, I guess I kind of relate to that as well, because you say you're above this, you say you're not going to let something affect you, but then in the end,
it still affects you. Yeah, like I'm not gonna like let it affect me, but you end up like let it affecting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that one, I guess I can kind of relate to that, because like I try my best to, you know, keep the boundary and like put up a little bit of a plastic wall between like other people's negativity or hate or anything like that, and I like to be just me, right? But
that's the goal, you know.
That is the utopian goal that I have.
Utopia, just being yourself.
But unfortunately, we are humans, and we interact with each other either explicitly or implicitly. And I guess sometimes the negativity just, even though with all the walls, it
eats away, decays, you know?
Yeah. So.
I definitely get that, because for me, especially, I'm very sensitive. I get very butthurt really, really easily. Like, you can say "when me" thing to me, and I'll get very upset for no reason. Like, it hurts. Like, when someone's like, you, like, you look funny. I'm like, why would you say that?
What?
Like, if someone just showed up, you look funny, I'd be like, wow. I take it personally, and like, you know, it's very hard to. I guess like I like Melanie's Melanie Martinez. She has like "Put on Your Doll Face" in one of her songs, which is like, I guess very similar, but it's a very childish metaphor. It's relative to her like concept album of Crybaby. But like, I get what you mean, and like you're putting on like this mask, which
Yes.
but like, I also like the idea of masks, like relative to like my interests. Like, I guess I'm gonna have to say this, and I really hate saying this, but like the Batman, his mask allows him to be himself. Well, in this case, your mask is letting you survive the day.
Wow. Yeah, I guess that's true. Cause, wow, Batman mentioning, I did not expect that to coming
I hate
today.
this.
But yeah,
I know the people who know me are laughing at me right now. And I don't blame them, because I was not expecting to talk about Batman. But when we talk about masks, like, it also protects yourself, but it also protects the people around you from like revealing your true selves, which is often like kind of a problem and like a little bit of pain, because, you know, like the mask also serves as like a protection. Like in Batman face, like he doesn't want to get shot in the face. While if you're wearing like this mask, you don't want to get your emotions shot, which is like a very like big survival issue, because a lot of people don't want to deal with like the emotional problems, and that's why we put on the mask, you know.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way. That's a really good analogy, and a good way to put it as well. But yeah, overall the album was, I really enjoyed the album. I remember just listening to it for the first time and thinking, wow. I thought the production was also very, very well done. She collaborated with Leon Thomas as well, which
Leon Thomas III from Victorious.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I mean,
shout out Andre's grandma.
but so that's all we're going to talk about for this album. Thank you for joining me guys today.
You're welcome.